been very led by colour in my art so far this year. And you might have spotted me saying that the colour combination is really inspiring a project in some of my recent videos. Well, I've started to notice this too, and I've decided to lean into it and see where it takes me. And today's a good example of a project totally inspired by a colour combination. And as you watch it grow, have a think about what colour combinations are ringing your bells at the moment and what you might try out in your next project. And of course, if you want to share those colours with me, please do. I love to hear what you guys are up to in the comments. Okay, so what is the colour combination that is so calling to me at the moment? Well, it's shades of blue with a sort of hot sunrise of colours. And the idea is that the cold blues will contrast beautifully with those hot colours. Well, at least that is what I'm hoping for, and that is what is in my head at the start of this project. So for my blue, I'm going to go with a flower, but it could be anything, it doesn't really matter. So I went for one of my go-to art motifs, and if you remember, we chatted more about art motifs a few videos ago. So if you missed that and want a motif refresher, then go watch that video too, and there's a link to it in the cards and in the description. Today, I'm really just interested in how the colour will work and how to get the look and finish that I'm thinking of. And perhaps I'll go on to use this for a bigger project or for something else. We'll just have to wait and see. So today is very much a colour study. And to get the look and finish that's in my head, I opted for a gouache paint because I wanted the colours to be saturated and flat, and gouache paint gives a lovely matte finish but also has that intensity of colour that I'm looking for in this piece. But as always, I've listed all the products plus the names of the colours as well in the descriptions, so see them by clicking the show more if you're on desktop, or that little triangle icon next to the title if you're on Android. And I'm guessing it's the same triangle if you're on iPad or iPhone, but if it isn't, let me know. So a lot of today's play is about trying to get the colours right. So I'm mixing the colours as I go and testing them out on spare pieces of paper. It's a good idea to write down the colours that you use and also the rough proportions so that you can repeat them for other work. So keep any of your test swatches, and if you want to be super organised, either do them in a sketchbook or a journal, or you could stick them into your sketchbook and journal after you've finished. Another option is to just keep them together with a paperclip, and I often do that. Or if you want to avoid getting paperclip marks, then you can always keep them in an envelope as well, that's another option. Once I've got the blue tones in the flower where I want them, it's time to work on that background colour. So I want a bit of a gradient for this, but I'm not quite sure I have the hues that I need to translate that image in my head to this project. So it's going to be a little bit of a trial and error. But hey, that's why we do a study anyway, isn't it? So let's see how this goes. It doesn't really matter if I mess this up, because it's just a learning tool, and even the mess ups are going to be useful and help me to sort this piece out. Sometimes you just need to remind yourself of that from time to time. It's useful to have the mantra, I can mess up on this, it's just play. As I play with my sunrise colours, I have a question for you. Do you like Art Stash unboxing videos? So I've treated myself to a few new goodies recently, and I was wondering if you'd be interested in a peek at them. I've never done an unboxing video before, so should I do one or not? What do you think? And whilst you're at it, if you are enjoying this video, please do like it and feel free to share it with other creatives and become a subscriber too if you're looking for twice weekly art tips, tutorials and inspiration. background is done. In fact, the whole piece is done. And I was going to leave it like this, as it was just the colour contrast that I was interested in. But then I changed my mind and decided to add a line to it, just to see how it would look. So to add the line detail, I'm using some Indian ink, or you might know it as India ink or Chinese ink, depending on what you're used to and what part of the world you come from. I'm also going to try out a glass dip pen. And this was a beautiful gift, and I've been meaning to give it a proper test run, as I've only really done a few scribbles with it and not drawn anything with it. So this seemed like a really good opportunity to put it through its paces. I'm also interested to see how it works over the gouache paint. I mean, it seems to be coping quite well. I was worried it might dig into the paint layer, but that doesn't seem to be happening. Oh no, splodge alert! Don't panic guys, we can fix this. Just pick up that excess ink with corner of a kitchen towel or two. And if I just spread it out a bit, look, I can turn it into design. Yay, saved. No one will ever know, and you won't tell them, will you? I'll just make the line thicker in some areas, and it will just look like I meant it to be like this all along. So that bold black line completely changes up the look. It takes away from the colour combo contrast, but I think it pops it off the page just a little bit more. Anyway, I'm going to carry on experimenting with this colour combination and just playing around with the look some more and see what else I can do with it. I hope that it has given you some ideas to try out in your next project, but if you are looking for some more inspiration, then give these videos a go. Have fun playing with colours today, and I will catch up with you again on Sunday. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to let me know if you would like to see what art gear I've bought recently.